to That Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome to the show, and Brian's streak is over. 2 straight weeks he's on the show, and he's gone. Actually, he's getting ice cream. His daughter's baseball game ended, and, as little leaguers do, they go get ice cream. Did you guys play Little League, Joe, Kevin?
Yes.
Did you go for ice cream after?
There was a concession stand at the ballpark that we got them right after the game there, and it was usually an ice cream bar. But if you got a home run, you got a hot dog.
Oh, hot dog.
Kev?
I did not, but Brett's Little League season for spring ball ended yesterday, and we went to Dairy Queen. So it's kind of the rite of passage for congratulating the kid at the end of the season. I don't know if Harper's season's done or if it's just here's ice cream for trying.
It's June. Why are the seasons done? You should have another month and a half.
When I played
from April to July, mid-July, almost August.
And for my Little League experience, we ended on July 4th. So, it's more American than baseball,
It is a mirror. Whoa.
We went to Burger King after. We did not go to, it wasn't a kids club. They had the giant playground and stuff, but that is where I vaguely remember the first time having 2 cheeseburgers at once. Yeah. Look at me now. Probably shouldn't have done that back then. Bad habits start early, kids. Bad habits start early. Anyway, we are going to do the Money in the Bank picks a little later. Brian hopefully will be on, and we have a very good guest, and I'm not telling either one of you anything more about this guest, because when I do, you'll understand why. And don't go back into the text log and find his name and all that. No, none of that, Kev. I don't know what you're looking up unless you're looking up the scores. Anyway,
I was on the spreadsheet.
We have a great guest tonight. I'm just going to leave it at that.
It's exciting.
He'll come up a little later. And let's just get into what is Brian's outline. Of course, Brian not here. So funny how that all works out. R-Truth got released. I'm saying in finger quotes released because we don't know if his just contract was not renewed, if he was released, or he just doesn't know any better because he plays a dumb character and we're all getting worked. Yes, he had a huge week 2 weeks ago selling the Ron Cena shirt, which is now unavailable. He had a good match with John Cena. And now R-Truth is gone. Now, I wish Brian was here, because I think he would be going gung-ho on why this was a bad idea. I know I've been critical, but I'm not critical about someone losing their job. And we'll get into my opinion later. But Kev, we'll start with you. Thoughts about R-Truth getting released or contract not renewed? We just don't know yet.
I think, let me step back for a second, right? So professional wrestling is an art form of athleticism and performance, right? Maybe a little quote unquote, if you're not in the ring and you're backstage or your persona's online, you're almost like a live 24/7. I don't want to say the word actor, right? We'll say like Miz, he's an actor, right? But if it's a joke, everyone's playing their part to the T. And I hope I'm getting worked, because it's like you just see like Miz chiming in, everyone showing their support on X and on social media. I hope it's not true. I don't know how much he was making a year.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you get Roman, I think was making 15. What Seth was
Allegedly.
like 9. Punk's probably around 8 to 10. Like I can't imagine the dude making more than. Well, then again, I guess he's like a tenured employee. He's been there for like 30 years, so who knows how much he's making. But for
this could have been a game. Does R-Truth make more than El Grande Americano, Otis, Tozawa, many others? But go ahead, Kev. Sorry.
But the comedy is what I think we're all going to miss if it's truly a factual thing that he's going to be gone. I'm kind of bummed. I think I'm more bummed because it's like you know he was never going to be world champ, right? But you always enjoyed seeing him have the tag championships with the Miz, right? Awesome truth. Just the comedy factor, and it's just a bum. Like I felt bummed out when
Okay.
the news broke, right? It was just like, damn, that sucks.
Joe?
I'm disappointed in the fact that it is storytelling, and every story needs it can't just all be drama and action. You got to have comedy in there too, because you got to play to the crowd who are there to be entertained. And when they hear the R Truth theme come up when someone's cutting a promo, they know something good is going to happen because he always made something entertaining out of nothing, or he would be put into a situation where he doesn't belong, and it worked. Judgment Day is a perfect example. He shouldn't have been there. You hated it,
I
but
did hate it a lot.
but live, laugh, love. That was like Judgment Day, and just everyone needs a someone on their roster who can be put into any situation and make it work. And they just lost that with our truth. Now, whether it's his contract that's expiring and they lowball them, I wasn't in the meeting. I don't. That's not my forte. But I'm just saying this one's gonna sting for a while
Sting who?
because
You?
Sting the crowd, Sting the entertainment factor, because who can realistically fill his shoes for his character on the roster? Like, come
Otis?
close. Nope. Otis can't. The thing is, our truth can make people break. Otis, I've never seen someone lose it. Like,
Good call.
let's like go back to Brock Lesnar. He lost it when
Yeah.
he said he was going to throw Paul Heyman over the top rope. And
Yeah.
Brock stays in character the whole time, but that time he was like in tears laughing so much. Triple H lost it when he called him Tommaso Ciampa. Like little
Okay.
things like that. Who's going to fill in that role? Like you have comedy characters, but not someone who's so universally loved by the people in the back where you can just go, oh, like Damian Priest had the hardest time trying to be serious every single time our truth was out there.
Let me ask you this, Jay. Let me ask you this. So TKO, the main head honcho over UFC and WWE. UFC cuts a lot of the quote unquote, fat, right? Not the top of the top. If you get a couple loss, if you're not fighting for your worth or the company's worth, you get cut.
That's how it used to be, Kev. It's not as much like that anymore.
No,
It used to be if you lost like 2 or 3 fights in a row, they just got rid of you. Now that's not the case. And you're right. TKO is a big part of this. Now I did some digging. Endeavor, who's the people that own TKO, recently got purchased by Silverback or Silver Lake. Is Silver Lake is like an investment firm or something. But long story short, Endeavor had like $30 billion in debt that this Silver Lake company is trying to recoup. So when Endeavor bought the UFC many years ago, I think it was like a $4 billion purchase. And I've talked about this on the show before. I don't know, you guys may not remember. All of a sudden, the things that were important in the previous ownership of the UFC, rankings, uh, fighters working their way up, title matches, those things were very important. And then when the new ownership came in, they it all became about super fights, champ status. And the rankings didn't matter as much as where like a number 9 guy could fight for a title if he talked enough game. So then WWE gets purchased by Endeavor. They develop into TKO. And look, I've said since WrestleMania, it has not been I'm thinking that TKO may be ruining the WWE, which sucks. It absolutely sucks. So these two, this release of Bar Truth. Now, like I said, I'm not a fan, but I understand how people can be a fan and why they would be upset about this guy leaving, but I'm seeing it as a business transaction.
Mm-hmm.
The last big match this guy had was when he teamed with The Miz versus Rock and Cena at, what was that, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, something
Survivor
many.
Series, yes.
So that was the last big match that he had. And we don't know what his financials are. I'm sure he was in the 500,000, maybe 350, maybe. But the fact of the matter is, if you're not going to produce 1 week of killer t-shirt sales, I don't think that that's going to be enough to save your job. And honestly, other than that shirt, do either of you own an R-Truth shirt? Have you ever thought about purchasing an R-Truth shirt?
Up to this point, that the Ron Cena shirt was funny. Right?
Is that the first time you've ever thought about buying any merchandise from R-Truth?
That is the only time I've actually legitimately looked into WWEshop.com. And I guess shame on me because I've enjoyed him. It takes a lot for me to respectfully wear the shirt because I either like retro wrestlers. Now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, I'd maybe wear an R-Truth shirt. Like if it was like the sweet, like faded logo, that type of stuff. But if it's a current style wrestler, there's a lot of check marks that have to happen. And unfortunately, to that point, R-Truth never checked them for me. But me watching on a Monday night or a SmackDown whenever he was on or a premium live event pay-per-view, I've never not smiled with the guy. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm
Yo,
surprised
if you ever wanted to buy an R-Truth, tell us the truth.
Not really, except for the Ron Cena one. I did enjoy because I have the OG Cena farewell one. But Kevin, I can't believe you weren't interested in buying the R-Truth Gold Dust family portrait T-shirt from when they teamed up. The Golden Truth.
So close.
That one I thought you would be closer because of like, your wife's love of Gold Dust. And that's when R-Truth became the comedic wrestler, was with, because he was fighting it, and those two made such a great team. I'm like, yeah, I'm just thinking back on his like whole career in WWE. I'm like, he came back after being K-Quick with Road Dogg. Yeah, no one had he didn't even have a K-Quick shirt, but he proved himself.
There might be something from TNA. Remember, he was the NWA champion. And I've got a lot of TNA shirts. So I might have to go digging through.
But he was Ron Killings, right?
He was Ron the Truth Killings killed it in TNA when they started.
So just real quick, do you guys think he'll be back? Yes or no?
Legends contract, yes.
Kev?
As in, do we think this is fake, or do we think
he will be back in WWE? Whether it's now, Legends deal, what do you think?
20 years from now, he's going to look exactly the same.
74 years old. It still looks 24.
He will step foot in WWE in 2026 and beyond.
Okay. So another release, kind of the same situation. Older guy, comedy act, Carlito. And the biggest loser from Carlito getting let go is the Judgment Day Clubhouse. No more PS5. PS5 wasn't there on Monday. So, also interesting that Dom was wearing a Carlito shirt on screen on Monday. Now, there was stories that have come out that said that R-Truth, they didn't want R-Truth shirts on TV. Can understand that. Somehow a Carlito one slipped by. Look, he literally just won a title in Puerto Rico in his family's promotion last week. I think Carlito's going to be fine. And I really enjoyed this run. He was very basic, very, in the wallpaper, in the weeds kind of thing. He just made, inappropriate comments about, Raquel, played a lot of PS5. And, that one, he just came back, 2 years ago when the Bad Bunny stuff started? Is that when Carlito made his return?
Came back at Backlash in Indy.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, that was his return.
I thought it was
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I thought it was Puerto Rico too. When he did a run in for Bad Bunny against Damian Priest.
Yeah, with the LWO.
And then he came back after, I guess.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So that that's another one that, okay, it sucks again, but did he really fit with the Judgment Day? I don't know. I really don't know. All right, so that was some big stuff over the weekend. Then Raw was good. I honestly don't remember much of it. I do know that there were "We Want Truth" chants.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, after the show went off the air, CM Punk took the mic and said, "How dare you chant someone's name that doesn't work here anymore?" Pretty fucking genius, if you ask me. We will get into the picks later. Punk, I thought, was going to qualify, and then I thought he was going to win, and then I thought he was going to cash in on John Cena. None of that's happening now. And as of recording, there is no
If
there is no
100%.
CM Punk on Money in the Bank unless things change.
Well, let me ask you this. So
Yeah.
we're very similar mindset, and then he comes out for that promo on Monday, scolds Cena, calls him a bitch,
That was good.
mentions like his friend Jey Uso, but he'll go after him. And then it was just one hell of a promo. And Brett's on summer vacation, man, for the last week, so he's watching Raw. We're
He's
watching
staying up
Raw
till
together.
midnight? He's staying up till 11?
He stays up to like 11.
Is
like
he
10:30,
staying
11.
up though? Or is he like starting to nod off and you have to like slap him around to wake him up or
Yeah,
pour ice water on him
he
or
falls
something?
asleep on the couch. Well, Raw only goes to
Bert.
like 10:30, man.
Come on, Bert.
But no, during that promo, I was like, thought about it before. Leading up to that, I would have been my number one pick, right?
Mhm.
And after that promo, I'm like, I want it. And then you see the run in, and I'm like, man, those motherfuckers are gonna ruin it at the end. Those motherfuckers. And then when they ruined it, I'm just like, damn, how nice would that have been if like, hey, he's gonna win the briefcase. He's not gonna, back end it. He's gonna say, Cena, I want you. I'm telling you right to your face. It's gonna
But he
happen.
back-ended his first two.
Well, but the one against Cena, he said he was gonna
Take it home and
cash that in,
and
right?
go home. But
Yeah.
I
No,
get it.
that was a regular match. That was not Money in the. It was at the Money in the Bank
Yeah.
pay-per-view, but he was the number
that's
one
right.
contender.
Yeah. That's right, Kev.
Each time he cashed in
Mhm.
was
Oh,
a
yeah.
sneak job.
Yeah. Well, smart man. But we didn't get it. We got El Grande. To be honest, I didn't expect it. But that match.
Well, a lot of people are saying since Chad Gable lost last week, it was a given that Grande was going to win. So El Grande Americano, I don't understand why people thought if one lost, the other one win. But he beat CM Punk and AJ Styles. That's
Yeah.
the feather
And
in his.
Chad Gable, great guy, Grande Americano, lost his boots in
Yes.
travel, and he
Yeah.
let him borrow his boots. That was like, no wonder why they're saying like there's a connect. That's the only connection I've ever seen between those two is
Right.
the boots. So
Well, it's
okay,
it's not him.
No,
No,
it's
El
it's
Grande Americano.
Yes. So, all right. So Tuesday, Mariah May pops up on NXT. Now,
Well,
we don't know
if that's her name.
if that's her name. The internet was doing great things. January Jones, Fiona February. What if they changed her name to Mariah May, but put an E at the end? They can capitalize on that IP. It's still Mariah May, but thoughts on her debut? Thoughts on this whole name change thing? And then we'll get into some other weird shit I saw on the internet about her. So we will start with Joe this time.
I really enjoyed the debut. I always love a lights go off debut. That's always entertaining. But then it pans over to her on the stage, and the best line she said is I'm here for the best women's division in professional wrestling. I'm like, that was she gave props to her new employer.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a great debut. The announcers, like Vic and Corey, like were just like, "Oh, it's her!" So never said the name. But unlike when they talked about Jeff Cobb at the pay-per-view or premium live event. But I think her name should just be Mariah.
Yeah, but I don't know if Mariah Carey has that like trademark. You know what I mean? Like
But if she doesn't, then it's just Mariah.
Yeah, That'd be a
She
good
doesn't
one.
need a last. Like we call it Charlotte, Charlotte. We call Becky, Becky. We call Bailey, Bailey. It's like Becky. I mean, it's like you don't
Well,
need the
for the
last
longest,
name.
yeah, for the longest time though, Charlotte was just Charlotte, and then when she got to
Right.
the main roster, she became Charlotte Flair. So, Kev, thoughts on the debut and the potential name change?
Joe hit it right on the head with the mentioning, the best women in professional wrestling looked like $1,000,000. Yeah, she looked is exactly what she said, glamorous, but in a guy's eyes, she looked hot as hell. Like she looked great. I don't want to expedite this at all, but she looked like she is main roster worthy without even saying a word
Yeah.
on Tuesday night. And I was at a concert, right? And I think it was Brian who was like, "Hey, Kev, there's
Was
a
it
debut
Lincoln Park?
tonight." And and I watched the minute and a half little mini video during it, and I was just like, "Okay, this is nice." Is
Yeah.
Mariah May her real name?
Yes.
Yeah, so it is her official name. It just flows so nice. And
Yeah.
everyone, they have to at least, the crowd was chanting Mariah. You can't name her like, let's call her Susan, like, and have that same, like,
It's
but the people,
Susan.
it's going to be Mariah, as Joe said,
I hope
one
so.
name. The only thing is,
Dewdrop.
if Paige comes back, if she would be Soraya,
Well, no, she'd be Soraya.
or Soraya. Yeah, okay. Well, that goes there.
Yeah.
I think I would love it if it was just literally Mariah May. Let her
Yeah.
keep her name. I know they don't like that anymore, but let her keep
Well,
her.
they want to make sure they can monopolize and
Yeah.
profit. But the thing that's driving me nuts about all of this are these assholes online. They are so mad that she showed up. Oh, she went from Wembley Stadium to the warehouse. Like, come on. And then it got even worse. Everyone's trying to pitch these storylines. How she's going to be the next one to join the Judgment Day, which I think would be funny if Dom got Rhea, Liv, Roxanne, and Mariah all within like literally a calendar year.
To be honest,
But what these perverts are doing online, they're saying that she tries to get in with the Judgment Day to be with Liv.
Didn't they try and fail with Liv in another and Lana?
No, this is these losers, these morons that are in the For You section of Twitter, because I don't subscribe to those idiots. They have no originality. They just want to do what she did in AEW and move it forward. But it's just gross. Don't be a fucking creep, man. Don't be a pervert. Let this woman live, man. She achieved her goal. And then that's another thing that people are doing. Oh, well, she used AEW to get to WWE. Well, guess what? That is what we all do. We use one job to get to the next, to get to the next, to get to the next.
Yep.
We don't know the money. If Tony Khan was smart, he would have threw the bank at her, a blank check, whatever. And he may have. But she wanted to be in WWE. She may have taken a significant pay cut to do that, but who cares? She probably has more than enough right now than any of us will ever have. Like, she did so good in AEW. No wonder WWE signed her, and she wanted to be there. Kev?
The beautiful thing with it is, outside of Tony Storm, what other main programs did she have in AEW?
She didn't.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. And
But it was okay. She did have another one with Mina,
but
Sakuranawa. But
yeah,
I know that's not how you say her last name. I'm blanking
close.
on her last name right now. But it was the same deal. It was making out, bouncing their tits, shit that she shouldn't have to do.
But the thing is, the point is, not much in AEW, and in the rocket is on her.
Because she did well. She was in Japan and Stardom. Yeah, she's gonna do great. She's
gonna do amazing. But this is the thing. She's gonna come in. Do you think the AEW women, they seen Julia, Stephanie come in?
Oh,
last very long,
right?
Like, she's gonna be there. She's not gonna last long. Jordan Grace, to be honest, I hope she makes it to the main roster before Mariah May.
Well, they said that the reason Stephanie didn't drop the title to Jordan is that they're both getting called up. Jordan Grace is on a main roster contract, so it's only a matter of time.
Yeah.
So I think JC Jane will have it for a month or two, which is great because JC Jane's amazing. She should have been on the main roster 2 years ago. And look, if Mariah is the one to transition to get the new crop, the new younger women in NXT ready to move forward, great. That's what she's there for. You know, I hate the internet. The For You on Twitter can eat a bag of dicks. It seriously can.
They might.
Is that the name of the new segment? Because it seems like every week you're like, okay, I hate these idiots on Twitter. I hate
the For You.
The For You. So
not
we'll just call this Jason's Not For You.
Not For You.
Not for me.
EABODs.
We are about 10 minutes away from doing picks with our special guest. But one more thing before we get into it. It was announced that Slim Jim is going to be the new center ring sponsor moving forward and the sponsor on the tables that are underneath the ring. People are pissed off. And I'm like, I don't understand why. It was on WCW everywhere for years, and there's sponsors all over now. Give me Karate Fighters. Give me JVC Kaboom Box. Bring them all back. And I was hoping you would have spit that beer out, Kev, which is why I said it the way I did.
I love it.
Seriously. Yeah. Let's do it. You know, the Slim Jim's been around for what? We were at SummerSlam Detroit, what? This 3 years ago? 2 years ago?
2 years.
And that's when they sponsored the Battle Royal and the car and LA Knight and Bianca's in the commercials and Jey Uso's in the commercials.
Oh, yeah.
It was only a matter of time before Slim Jim came home.
I had a Slim Jim earlier. It was delicious.
I had one over the weekend. I had
no table was broken in my house, but
it makes perfect sense to have the Slim Jim logo on the table that is going to snap.
Yes.
I mean, seriously, they knew what they're. I mean, there are logos and sponsors all over the place now. And an event, it's like you just got to get over it. Mm-hmm. They're trying to make money. It looks like a minor league baseball stadium with all the logos in the outfield, but it is what it is. It doesn't take away from what's going on. But I mean, the table. I mean, going back in the day, I always wished that they had the during the Attitude Era, the Snickers Nut Shot of the Week. That was always like one I always wanted. It's like sponsored by Snickers.
Oh wait, was that real?
No, it wasn't. That's what I wanted them to have.
Oh, okay. Wow, Joe's contributing something funny for once. Wow. Snickers Nut Job of the Week. But like, seriously, is it really worth, getting your blood pressure up? No, it's a sponsor. I enjoyed Prime in the center. I loved it, especially when it would end up that Logan Paul would be like beat up right on the Prime logo. Thought that was cool. One more thing.
Randy pouring the Prime over him on the Prime logo.
And saying that it tastes terrible or whatever he said. Yep. One other thing. I know I said one other thing, but a lot of people are saying that, back to the releases, that Miz is going to be next because he erased all of his WWE mentions off of his Twitter account. Now, there is no way Miz is getting released. You guys agree with me, right? Like, that guy's there till the wheels fall off, right?
I really hope so, but never say never in this new era.
So I think I understand why maybe he did. He has a new YouTube channel, Miz Golf. He loves playing golf, and his goal is to become a scratch golfer. Now, I'm very new to golf. I'm a badass at the video game, but in real life, I don't know what a scratch golfer means. But he just has these videos of training sessions and going out and playing golf. And the one I watched today, he was at the PGA office in North Texas, which is great. So I wonder if maybe he's looking to transition out of the ring, but not necessarily away from WWE, and maybe just doing this golf thing. I mean, look, Sheamus had the Celtic Warrior workout YouTube channel, and it did very well. It's back up and running again since Sheamus came back. But look, just because Miz took everything off WWE, that doesn't mean anything. And of course, these idiots on Twitter, the For You section, fuckers, they're like, Mike Awesome is elite, or it's Mike. He's elite. Like, shut up. And one more contract thing. It is come out. Sean Ross Sapp, Karrion Kross apparently is in the last months of his deal. We all know everybody wants him. He's hardly getting used on TV. He's just backstage segment guy. He has to be re-signed, right? And if he doesn't, let's play this game. If they let him go, what does he do? Kevin?
Gets misused somewhere.
Good call. Joe?
New Japan.
Ooh, okay. Strong style. Yeah, okay. I like Cross, and he can go back to being Killer Cross.
Mm-hmm.
And if Scarlett is involved with the package this time, great. Have her. They're a great team. The guy's been popping up everywhere online. He's a follower of this podcast on YouTube. Did you know that?
Yes, he is.
And on X. So Karrion Kross gets all the love from that wrestling podcast, guys. Kevin, while we wait for our special guest, talk about the Switch 2.
I'll tell you this.
Tell us.
I'll tell you this. And it's show and tell, by the way.
Oh, if you're watching, Kevin's going to show us his Switch on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're not, you're missing out.
This is riveting stuff if you're not watching on YouTube.
I'll tell you this. I do have Retromania, by the way. It's a downloadable game. It's very much like WrestleFest, but it's
supposed to be the
Switch.
sequel. It's supposed to be the sequel to WrestleFest.
Fantastic. So you get some old school. You get Demolition in there, Legion of Doom, but then you get like a lot of the ECW guys. You get Matt Cardona. Super fun. Throw out there. Nintendo Switch, fantastic console. Fantastic.
Yeah, love the Switch. I got 3 of them.
Bigger, better. This massive
Jesus
thing.
Christ.
It is
Switch 2.
It plays so much nicer. I have not hooked it up to the TV yet. But yeah, I saw on X, Facebook, so many people waiting in line at Best Buy, Target, GameStop, yada yada, overnight to try to get one. I was very lucky. The day it went on pre-order, I follow this guy on X, Matt Snyder. Shout out to him. Every time I ever want to drop in for a new console or anything, I always follow him. He gives the tips. He was like, go on Walmart at 11:57. Keep pressing that refresh button. You're going to get thrown in the lobby. I checked out at 12:15. I had my pre-order done in the past. I just love everything Nintendo. I am the typical nerd of I love rock and metal. I love video games and I love professional wrestling. I went to GameStop tonight just to pick up like a dumb little thing for the Switch 2. And I'm wearing a band I went to see on Tuesday, Periphery. Check out this guy who might be my new best friend, by the way, here at Fort Wayne. He's like, is that a Periphery shirt? Then we start talking music,
Did we just become best friends?
Talking video games. And I was just like, how old are you? So I thought he was like 25 years old. He's like, oh, I'm 40. And I'm like, I'm 43. And he's like, well, I have a kid. He's 9. I have one kid. I'm like, what? And I didn't ask him if he liked wrestling. If he liked wrestling, Laura was with me. I would have been like, you are my soulmate. But no, Switch 2, absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Nerd stuff, man. Oh, might I add, since we have an extra minute, it was at my doorstep at 5:30 this morning. So if you pre-ordered through Walmart, DoorDash actually delivered it through like partnership of Switch 2 deliveries. So I get my bag, lift out the Switch 2 out of it. There's a 20-ounce Coke and a can of Pringles underneath. I was like, man, maybe I got someone else's order. Maybe ordered a Switch and a can of Pringles and a pop. So then like I also ordered like the Pro controller. That came like 2 hours later. It was like 4 deliveries today. Pro controller, another can of Pringles, and a 20-ounce pop with a note that said, Walmart would like to thank you for your order and give you some snacks so you can game all day.
Oh, it's Brian.
Heyo.
Hey. We are about to do the picks.
Okay.
We are awaiting our guest, which I have not said his name yet. And I'm pissed off because I had a very big, grand introduction and I just deleted it.
Oh.
Fuck.
I can talk about R-Truth. You guys talk about him yet?
We're talking about the Switch 2.
Okay, I don't have anything to add to that part.
Brian,
we just finished.
R-Truth got screwed, guys.
This one's you're never gonna see. Oh, you guys can see yourselves.
I
Isn't that
can,
nice?
yeah. Whoa, that's funky.
Oh, I got it back. I got it back. So hopefully our guest will be joining us soon. And I have his intro ready to go.
Yeah, Brian, we just talked about PS5s and Marvel movies. That's all we've been doing for the past.
See you, Brian.
Oh,
Have a good day.
Well, hey, some weeks are better than others. I'm out of here.
Sorry, we already talked about the spot of the week. So
Okay.
can't do that
we
either.
did not do that either.
That's okay.
Actually, Brian, we really want to know, did you get a Maine championship level ice cream like a mint chocolate chip, or did you get that jobber flavor like strawberry?
I didn't get anything personally. That was the softball team. The coach buys for everyone on the team, even though they lost by 3 runs. Minor victories.
Ice cream is for closers.
Exactly. Exactly.
You went for the freebie C4.
Just terrible. Yeah. So I had my own personal protest against having the ice cream. So.
Either way, we get it.
Was it the last game of the season or?
No. They're going to go till July 1st, I think. So, but they played good. Just they did lose, as they seem to do.
Well, that's good. That's
nice. It is what it is.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right.
Hey,
we are ready to do the picks. Andrew, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, and I'm early.
No, you're good.
What's up, everybody? How
I
are
want
you?
to know more about that painting right behind
Hold
you.
on. I have a
Andrew.
very special intro for our guest this week.
All right.
Hailing from Buffalo, New York, via Flint, Michigan. He's an actor. He's a producer. If you watched last week's show, he was the ordained minister at the wedding where Ryan Nemeth got thrown through a table. And sadly for me and Brian, because we're Steeler fans, he is a Detroit Lions fan. Ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Caldwell.
woohoo!
Welcome to the show.
What's going on, everybody?
Hey,
You still got it.
take a big chug.
Skip a beat. Never lost it.
That's right, brother.
So
My
I met
Lions
Andrew-
Super Bowl, right?
Of
Yeah.
course.
Okay.
Now and forever. Then now
Jay-
forever together.
Jay, now you can proceed.
Yeah.
But
so
the
I met-
Steelers got Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, we got a little roadblock in front of you guys.
We can all cheer to that. Good job.
Yeah, congratulations, guys.
Yeah,
Welcome to the
thanks.
circus on
Thanks,
there.
I guess. Yeah,
I get it. I like ayahuasca too. You don't see me.
Who doesn't?
This
So,
reeks of Dante Culpepper on the Lions. I'm just saying, boy.
There's a throwback. There's a
And
throwback.
you know, I'm supposed to be working right now. I have a whole thing going on in my studio, and I'm over here ripping up the Lions. I don't need this.
So I met Andrew
I'm just
last
kidding. I
week.
need it badly. I do. I really need all of the attention I can possibly get. So this is good for me.
So I met Andrew last week or 2 weeks ago at the wedding in Vegas.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, this would be a cool guy. So Andrew, what we do is this is kind of something we've been doing for about 18 months now, where every month for a WWE pay-per-view, we have a guest picker, kind of like College Game Day on ESPN.
Yeah.
And then Kev, you have the updated scores, right?
I do.
Can you run down the scores for us?
Yeah, I'll give it in 15 seconds or less. I'll go quick today.
Thanks.
Joe, you see him drink local.
Oh no, he froze.
Oh, Kevin.
I'm winning.
So much for 15 seconds or less.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up and I'll go.
Oh, there he is. You were frozen, Kev. You were frozen. It makes sense when you watch the recording.
Restart it. Brian and I 22. You are really close behind guest picker, as in you today. 19, Jason. Oh, I don't even think he's ever been anything but last place, but he tries
Always.
really hard.
That's all that matters.
Our own Jason. He looks nice. Wearing that nice baby blue shirt today, by the way.
Dean Douglas,
Dean
motherfucker.
Douglas.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Deep cut.
So Brian, do you want me to run this, or do you got it since you just joined the show 2 minutes before Andrew jumped on?
it was a three's a crowd, and now they've got a full house here. I could take care of this, I think.
Go ahead, Brian.
So we're doing the money in the bank, and like Jason said, Andrew, give your thought on the match, take a couple seconds to break it on down, and we just go around the horn just like that. And we're going to do the 4 matches for Money in the Bank, and we've got 2 bonus matches we're going to do from the AAA WWE Worlds Collide.
Okay.
So
we're doing the bonus.
Yeah, we'll do those 2 as well. Since 4 matches, let's build this out a little bit more. Not going to be a big difference in the standings with just the 4. So let's get it started with Money in the Bank. How about we start with Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria? And Andrew, you can start us off.
Okay. So I've been a wrestling fan, as I'm sure you guys have, my whole life, and like most wrestling fans, there have been very small windows of time where I've kind of come in and out, right? I've been in this one that I'm in now for about 15, 20 years. So it's not like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But because of my purist mentality in my like I have like a disgusting loyalty to the brand. Like, I'm just like, whatever they say is perfect and it's the best and it's the greatest thing ever. It's kind of like how, like, when the last episode of Game of Thrones aired, people were mad. I was like, well, fuck you. You didn't write it. It's not your show. Like, you're the one enjoying it. Like, shut up. Watch the show and take it or leave it, nerd. It's not up to you. Although, anyway, so when someone new comes in, and they come from a different world with a big fan base and stuff, I'm not the guy that's like, oh, I won't like them because people like them by any means. But I'm definitely like, who is this?
Yeah.
Like, why am I supposed to I get it. Okay, cool. You have horns and stuff. That's tight. But why? Why do I have to like this? I don't know yet. And so I've only been really watching recently and caring, and I like what I see. But it'll be a cold day in hell I turn my back on Becky Lynch, the man girl with horns on her head that's when no way, not here, not now. This girl's got a long way to go before I put her over Becky Lynch. No offense.
That's fair. Great breakdown. Joe, over to you.
Good luck, Joe.
All right. Well, I didn't watch Game of Thrones, so I'm not going to say anything about that. I've been bit before by picking Becky because I was brand loyal. I'm going with Lyra this time.
Okay.
I think they are going to strap the rocket to her.
Lyra retains. Over to you, Dean.
I tried to watch Game of Thrones, but I couldn't understand what they were saying, so I just gave up. I heard there was a lot of sex though. On this match, because Lyra has beaten Becky a couple times, I think it's time Becky wins, takes the title, and goes on. So I'm going with the man on this one.
Got a title change. All right. Kev, over to you.
2 things. 1, Andrew, I still want to know about you fighting that damn bear behind you. Fantastic muscular arm. 2, Becky's got to win. Gotta win. I don't know. I don't care if it's by beatdown, pinfall, clean, disqualification. Somehow Lyra gets mad. Becky has to win because Lyra's not raising that damn hand.
That's true. What she said.
Right.
So well said, Kev.
It might be a fun night in the Lopez household after Money in the Bank.
There's gonna be might be another little Rue coming around in 9 months.
No, Rue's got to go to bed a little early.
Yeah. Amen.
Party time.
I'm with you guys too. I'm going with Becky. I'm seeing we're getting the 1 and the 1, and we're gonna have the trilogy conclude at Evolution 2. That maybe there's a gimmick steel cage or something with that. But let's bounce it back and forth and have a big payoff at Evolution 2. That could possibly be the headliner of that show.
Yeah.
All right, let's move it on to. I guess let's go with the tag match. How about it? It's Cena and Logan Paul taking on Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. Andrew, how has the Cena heel turn and run since then worked out for you?
One of my students is leaving because of this. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, fair.
It's nothing to do with it.
Class is over.
He got kicked out. So I'm just going to say it, and you can agree with me, or you can pretend you don't agree with me. But Logan Paul is one of the greatest heel wrestlers I've ever seen in my entire life. He is a natural-born heel professional wrestler. And guess what? He'll go face at some point, and we're going to like it. he was born for this. This guy's been a heel since he was 12 years old on the internet. This guy's been flew out of countries. This guy is born for this. And John Cena's, the greatest of all time, in some opinions. I think Logan Paul, it's up to him. It's really like how far he wants. I think he's the real deal. I think he can go as far as he wants with this. It's all up to him. And I think good. He's amazing. He's amazing. Yeah. So I don't think there's any reason for Cena and Logan Paul not to take that match.
Okay. Yeah.
Everybody.
I don't think you'll get much disagreement on the Logan Paul sentiment here. We're all pretty big fans of the guy for sure. Joe.
I think Logan Paul was a face at SummerSlam against The Miz.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, he was relative face because everyone hated The Miz so much. That's true. Yeah. So that worked out. But it's like, yeah, we've been praising Logan Paul since he came out. We're like, he was born for this, and it's like not fair how good he is.
Yeah, but you got to deal with it. It's like it's that wrestling.
Yeah, accept it.
They want us to be like, pay your dues, dude, but it's like not like that.
They're paid in full already.
Nah, he's a sponsor. He doesn't have to pay his due. He pays their bills.
That's true.
But anyway, I gotta go with Logan and Cena because Cody's gonna buckle and not pull the trigger on Cena when he has a chance, and it'll be all dramatic, and that's how it's gonna end. So you got Cena, Logan with the victory.
So I read today on the For You section of Twitter, which I hate, by the way, Andrew. Absolutely hate the For You mentions on Twitter, that Logan pitched the name Heel Team 6 as their team name. I don't know if it's true or not, but I kind of like it.
I think I'm all right.
But yeah, I'm gonna go Logan and Cena on this one. Yeah.
Wow, 3 for 3. Kev, over to you.
I think it's 4 for 4, and it goes right into Gunther on Monday night, laying into Jay in the locker room, showing you're putting your face into other people's matches, business. You're putting your body on the line, and he's like, "I was smart. I didn't do that." So it plays into, let him get beat down, maybe even take the pin, to be honest, and then it builds that. Ooh, maybe he will lose to Gunther on Monday night, or maybe, you know what I mean? So kind of gives that little bit of doubt, but I want to see a whooping. I want to see Cena and Logan just put an absolute whooping to get that crowd so pissed seeing Cody and Jay get manhandled.
Cool.
I got Cena.
It's dark. Logan. You are from Detroit.
St. Clair Shores. Yeah. I'm close to 8 Mile.
Close enough.
I just want to watch them all suffer and bleed.
That's it. I want to see bodies hit that Slim Jim table like no bodies have hit that Slim Jim table before.
Yeah.
Wow.
Amen.
Man.
All right, bro.
It's a heel party. It is a heel party up in here
is
today.
5 for 5.
But as Lee Corso said, not so fast, my friends.
Yeah, I knew
I'm going. Cody and Jey Uso. Guys, Cody Rhodes lost to John Cena at WrestleMania. Maybe you forgot. He can't lose again. You were there. Come on. How do we not remember this? He's going to get the win. I think he pinned Cena too to set up the match at SummerSlam. I'm not crazy. Think back to Money in the Bank a couple years ago when Jey Uso, when it was Usos versus Solo and Roman, Jey Uso pinned Roman to set up the SummerSlam match. I think they follow the same pattern so we can get Cody and Cena at SummerSlam this year. Give me Cody and Jey Uso.
You got a Jey Uso.
This is the same guy who's stoked to have Aaron Rodgers as his quarterback.
Yeah, so
great assault. That's fair.
Hey, dude. All right, buddy. Good luck with Aaron Rodgers too.
Thanks. Yeah.
All right, what's next,
Darkness
Brian?
Retreat coming up. Let's. I don't have them all in front of me. Women's Money in the Bank. Okay, I know it's.
Wait, I think I got it here. Hold on.
Yeah.
So we're doing women's.
Yeah, let's go Women's Money in the Bank, and then we'll close
Stephanie
with
McClure versus Alexa Bliss versus Roxanne Perez versus Julia versus Rhea versus Naomi.
Okay,
Andrew,
there's your 6, Andrew. Tough call.
It is. Hit me with it one more time. I think I know my answer, but give it to me one more time.
Stephanie McClure, Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Julia, Rhea Ripley, and Naomi.
Okay, I'm doing it. Naomi.
Ooh, okay. That's a good pick.
It's time. It's now or never. I don't even really love where we're at with the Naomi thing, but I'll just take it because for fuck, like give it, let's go with something here. It's getting there. I like it enough. No one, Alexa Bliss doesn't need it. Rhea definitely doesn't need it. Again, it's get Naomi, man. Why not? She'll make it look good. She'll make it matter. It's Naomi.
I like
All
it.
right,
I
I
like
like
it a
that.
lot. Joe?
All right, I'm going with Alexa Bliss, and she will be
Ooh.
cashing in hometown Columbus on June 23rd at
Oh,
Raw,
and you're
which
there.
I will be at. And she's on SmackDown. She'll cash in on Raw on EO. Boom! Alexa Bliss gets her moment in front of her hometown crowd. It's the only way
Wow.
to get her on Raw, since she's technically on SmackDown,
Yeah.
is to have the briefcase.
All right.
That's some wishful thinking there, but I like it. I like it a
Yep.
lot, Jay.
So recently I've stated that this competitor is finally doing something that has me interested. My pick is Naomi as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Proceed with caution.
Mhm.
Kev?
I exactly. Ever since Mania and she came out with her new music, I've been a Naomi fan.
Right.
When we saw the promo a few weeks ago, she's compelling. She's entertaining. Like
dark.
she needs it. And to tease and hit Jade on the side of the head with that briefcase that she's gonna win. No, and it writes herself. Like it will help her become more of a heel and help her make her feel more comfortable, I think, in that aspect, because she still smiles a lot when she's trying to degrade Jade in front of her, or even Bianca the other week. But I gotta go Naomi. I don't even want to just go Naomi because I think she's gonna win. I want to go Naomi because I really want her to win.
So I got because I was just talking. So I teach acting and like I work with actors and I build characters a lot. And so like this thing I got with Naomi, I got this thing in my head that I just wish would happen so bad. Because again, I don't like love the proceed with caution thing. It's just kind of like, look, there's cooler characters that you can take without it having this element. I know some people like it. It's not my favorite. But what if the world existed where we get like Jade in a title match? Right? Like Jade's in a title match. And this is like Jade's been getting in the way of Naomi cashing in the whole thing. Naomi goes to cash in, turns it into a three-way. Cargill still wins. So now we get like dark Naomi. She comes, like we get rid of the character stuff and we come back like you took away my moment. I mean, because I know she could be grounded and cool. I feel like they keep having to slap some sort of cartoon gimmick on her, and I get it because she's good at it, but it's like, I don't know, dude. This girl could probably put on like just a pair of black tights and walk out there and be like, enough,
Yeah.
I mean, she's technically part of the bloodline. I mean,
yes, by marriage. Yeah. That dark angle sounds pretty good to me.
It'd be so cool, and everybody will love it.
Yeah. And this match, there's a lot of new, Stephanie, Julia, Roxanne. I mean, these three weren't even on the roster a few months ago. And like you guys have said, Rhea certainly doesn't need it. Alexa Bliss gets great pops every week. I'm going Naomi as well.
Oh,
I'm picturing the briefcase is going to have the caution tape around it. We're going to sell that baby on Shop. Come on, man.
Okay, it's either
caution in the bank.
I'm going to get a huge lead in these picks, or I'm going down because no one's agreeing with me tonight.
Well, so Brian, okay, so you mentioned Stephanie a few times. Does she do like, there's always a point where like two ladders are close to each other. Does she do like her booty bounce on like the top of the
ladder? Yeah.
Yeah, Booker's
bring
not there.
They'll bring in Booker T for commentary.
And does Booker T pass out while watching her do the booty bounce on top of the ladder?
I think so. Yeah. Look for that spot.
All right. The men. So we're down to the men.
Yes, Jay, please.
LA Knight, Penta, Andrade, Solo Sikoa, Seth Rollins, or El Grande Americano.
I gotta laugh at El Grande. That's not very nice.
Because with going into Monday Night Raw, it was CM Punk, AJ Styles, Grande Americano.
He proved he's just not a lucha guy. He's an American wrestling style guy too.
And if you guys saw, he was wearing Chad Gable's boots.
We already
Chad
talked about
Gable's a
it
nice
earlier.
guy.
He
Chad
helped them
Gable's
out.
a good
Yes.
guy.
I mean, that's unbelievable to have that sort of camaraderie in the locker room.
Andrew,
All right, Andrew. Who takes it,
Okay.
buddy?
So I'm going Seth Rollins because
Okay,
I have
all right.
because again, you made a comment about Naomi being technically a member of the bloodline. And I was waiting a long time for them to start bringing in like Nia Jax, Naomi, like that would have been cool. And they didn't. I want to see the man join her husband in his new faction.
Thank you.
And I want her to have a title, him to have the briefcase. I want them to just, it's time to have like a Hunter China situation. Like we need that thing, dude. And it would be so sick. And like you got to drip him in gold to do it. In my opinion, the greatest cash in of all time, Seth Rollins. I was there. It was insane. And so give it back to him and let him just cause havoc. I love it.
All right, Seth Rollins is the pick. He certainly has to be considered a big favorite. Joe?
That will take away that if he won it, that would take away my theory of Braun and Bronson are going to be the ones to win everything, and Seth just can't get over the hump, and they kick him out of the group. So Seth is not winning it. CM Punk will make an appearance in LA to cost Seth Rollins the briefcase. So
Not if Becky Lynch has something to say about it.
He's pushing him off the ladder. And when this started, I'm like, there's no way this guy's going to win it. But now he's the only logical pick.
Think about this, though. Think about this.
Solo Sikoa is going to be Mr. Money in the Bank. And
wow.
He's going to cash in on Jacob.
Oh!
It's the only logical story in this whole thing. No one else makes sense.
My goodness.
Unless I'm right, which I am.
Unless you're right, yes.
And then guess what? CM Punk is now having to fight off Seth Rollins and his wife.
But they did that already.
Yeah, maybe CM Punk has to go get his wife.
That's right.
Oh, don't say that around Kevin. He's been calling that for years.
Andrew, by the way, I like it how you moved in.
That's right.
Just maybe you have to fight fire with fire.
Oh, Metallica.
Indeed. Indeed.
Maybe the best way to take down the man is with
a 2x4.
Yeah.
Oh, so Hacksaw
with a
Jim
shotgun.
Duggan's gonna be
Right.
So these are great. These are great, but I think it's going to be LA Knight.
Hey now.
Yeah.
Hey now. All right.
Yeah, I'm going to go with LA Knight.
All right.
That'll make everybody really happy for like 8.5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we're like, oh.
Kev.
I think I want this to be heavy heel all night, so I got to go Seth. I think he got one up on CM Punk on Monday, and I feel like CM Punk's just going to be the face who's going to just get so close, and he's probably going to do a run-in, but that's where Bronson and Breaker are probably going to be in there just to push him off, maybe if he's going to screw Seth over so Seth can get the last second. The nice thing is, I feel like there's heavy potentials and I feel like there's low levels. That's the thing. And I feel like Seth is so high up. LA Knight would have been my other choice. But Joe, you mentioned high risk, high reward. You're either going to get into like 30 or 40 points or we're going to be really low.
I'll be hanging out with Jason.
Yeah, pretty much. In the basement, yeah.
Plus Solo could tease facing off against his brother too. Don't forget about that. His brother is a world champion.
Oh, right.
But the one thing is, you mentioned Jacob. I hate it when they go for the secondary titles. I like it when they go.
I'm not a fan of it either.
Me neither. But it's like
it'll be a switch up.
Brian, who's your pick?
Who you got, Brian?
Yeah,
Grande America.
Got it. Next.
No. Yeah, no. I went back and forth, but Jay, I'm going with your pick, LA Knight. I mean, this is his third year in a row in this match. He still gets big pops. Matches are fine. Promos are great. I kind of feel like they're in Los Angeles. Is it just too on the nose obvious? There's, again, like you guys have said, there's the whole CM Punk and things like that might screw things up with Seth that kind of put them out of the equation. So maybe it's just a now or never situation at the end of the day for LA Knight. Let's go with that.
Right.
All right, so our 2 bonus picks we got earlier on Saturday, the AAA WWE Worlds Collide card. So that'll be pretty interesting. We got 2 matches we're going to do. The Fatal 4-Way for the NXT North American Championship. The champion, Ethan Page, taking on Rey Fenix, Javon Evans, and the Laredo Kid. Andrew, we'll start it off with you, my friend.
Rey Fenix.
Good spot for him as just recently debuted, of course. All right.
And I think like that it'll look good with gold on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I think like look at it's if we're looking at it like if they're moving into this new sort of era where it has to just have that pomp and circumstance, you got to put it on the people that have the pomp and circumstance, and that's where I think that's especially for titles like that. You know, like it's got to look good on a thumbnail.
Yeah,
it
will.
That's fair. All right, Joe, who do you have for this one? The 4-Way.
Yeah, Rey Fenix was my obvious pick as well.
Okay,
I'm going with Javon Evans because he's bouncy. Kev,
that he is.
Damn. I've never switched my pick halfway through, and I still will not. But
oh, okay, good. Thanks for the heads up.
But
Appreciate it.
Man of conviction.
The points made by Rey Fenix, though, they are very, very, very key. But I got to stay with Ethan Page. I think he's going to.
Yeah, Brian.
I'll also go Javon Evans. I mean, it's a 4-Way. I think you can kind of throw Laredo Kid out there just because he's kind of the like TNA guy, and maybe with AAA too. I don't really see that happening. The other 3 could kind of flip a coin, but I'll go with Javon too, man. I mean, he's just so talented for being such a young guy. Yeah. See him get the title. Let's wrap up the picks with the main event. It's the AAA Mega Championship. The champion, El Hijo del Vikingo, and Chad Gable. Maybe we'll get an El Grande appearance in this one. I don't know.
Why would we?
Well, because he borrowed the boots.
They're friends.
So maybe he's returning the favor, sort of thing.
All right. And they are right across the parking lot from each other. So I guess that makes sense.
That's true, too. Yeah. Andrew,
Chad Gable.
Chad Gable.
Dude, I've loved, like, I'm a big Chad Gable mark. I think you guys probably have already said this before. It's like when you watch wrestling for this long, and you can kind of spot those guys that you're like, man, that dude is like, give him anything and I'm in, whether I hate it or love it. And the kid doesn't miss. And all he gets is the worst passes you've ever seen in your life. And turns them into home runs and touchdowns. And he's amazing. And he's built like a brick shit house. I mean, the guy's a star. If that dude was 6'2", he would have been a 5-time
my God.
champion.
Yeah, he'd be Kurt Angle completely.
It's like, it's just insane to me that, like, I mean, every time he gets close, I'm like, please just get over. Please get over. So I'm Chad Gable, dude. Chad Gable.
Love it. Joe?
I mean, he did survive Shorty G. So, I mean, if you can do that, you can do anything. Yeah. But how funny would it be if El Grande won Money in the Bank and Chad Gable had this championship? Would he cash in on himself? Would he cash in on his best friend?
On himself?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, I said on his best friend.
Right.
Who you got, Joe?
I'm going with Vikingo.
I'm going with Vikingo as well. I lucked out. I got to watch him it was Vikingo and Commander at an indie show last year in front of like 50 people here in Pittsburgh, and it was the coolest fucking match ever. Vikingo's so good. I think he retains. Kev?
And you've seen him on the Jericho Cruise, remember?
That too, yes.
And I've been very lucky to see Chad Gable with Jason Jordan multiple times in Louisville when they were in NXT. But since I went Ethan Page, I can't go multiple. I'm trying to think like logical, be like, oh, if one wins one title, the other's going to win the other. So I got to go Vikingo.
Brian?
Yeah, this is fun, man. Because Vikingo's fantastic. I love watching him. I mean, is Chad Gable going to win and like do his shtick down in Mexico? Like,
yeah,
even better.
We've seen the clips of like Jeff Jarrett been down there and JBL and like.
But I don't think Chad's going to do what Jarrett did and throw tortillas at the crowd.
Right. Like, how far are we going to go with this?
Like
El Grande in the U.S., Chad, Mexico, like.
Chad Gable could virtually go down there on this thing and become the biggest star in the world.
Oh, completely.
Yes.
Is it Chad Gabelo?
Gable, oh my.
Brian, who you got?
Allegedly. So yeah, I'll go with Chad Gable. Why not? Let's just stir things up. I know Vikingo just won it like last week over Del Rio.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but with this new AAA WWE relationship, let's just start making some noise and make Chad Gable a AAA champion. See where it goes from there.
So,
All right.
and Andrew, I know you're on short time because you have your class and stuff, but I want to thank you for doing this. Do you want anything? How can people find you on socials?
Oh man, I got. If you want to follow my studio, which is like my writing, producing, like all the stuff I do here in New York, that's ALC Acting Studio on Instagram. A lot of fun stuff. And then my actual page is Andrew Lewis Caldwell. Easy to find. I have Spider-Man Noir coming out top of next year.
So
just dropped a trailer for my new movie called Pickup Artist.
Look at Kevin's face.
Yeah.
The one with Nicolas Cage?
You're like, what?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, Andrew, I didn't tell them anything about you, especially the Lions part. Brian and I had lunch because I was in Michigan last weekend. I'm like, I'm not going to tell, that you were from Michigan.
Yeah.
So, like, Kevin's face, that was a real reaction because I didn't tell them anything.
Yeah, no, I was an actor for my whole life. I was like a kid actor for a long time. So I started on like Disney Channel and stuff like that, and then just kind of worked my way up. And a year and a half ago, I moved to New York with my wife and son. She's from here. I'm not. Opened up a studio. I'm producing movies, and then I'm going back and forth. So I just did Spider-Man Noir in LA. Awesome. I was there for a few months working with everybody. It was amazing. And I have a movie coming out in July called Pickup Artist. Trailer dropped today. And, let's go Chad Gable.
Andrew, the Pickup Artist, that has nothing to do with the VH1 show from about 10 years ago, does it?
It has a lot to do with it, yeah.
Brian, you loved that show.
That show was great.
Do you remember Cosmo, the guy who won it?
Yeah, that rings
He's the
a
writer
bell.
and director of it.
Oh my God. Okay.
Oh, see, I was thinking the 80s movie with Robert Downey Jr. and Molly Ringwald, The Pickup Artist. I forgot about that VH1 one.
God.
I'm like, is this a remake of the 80s classic, The Pickup Artist?
No, it was the best because it was like, your goal is to go to the strip club, bring a girl out, and make out with her in your limo.
Yeah.
That was I remember because Brian would text me, goes, "You watching this show? You gotta throw negs at them."
What was the main guy's name in it?
The movie's about that. It's about the world. It's like the guy that you're talking about who won it that season ended up doing that for a career for like 20 years.
Wow.
Awesome. Yeah, now he's a filmmaker and stuff. So check it out. It's called The Pickup Artist.
Cool. Andrew, thanks again for your time, man. We appreciate you coming on, and maybe we'll get you back on down the road.
Andrew, real quick, because you were at the wedding, Jason denies it. Can you confirm or deny? Did Jason hit the 2 foot joint?
I did not.
Can you confirm or deny this?
I cannot confirm nor deny.
Okay, all right. We needed another eyewitness.
You hit the 2 foot joint.
I took greens. I was the minister. The minister must take greens. It's in the Torah.
Enjoy the New York slice.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for having me on, man. I'd love to do it again. You guys, and let's see if I'm right on every prediction. I'll come back on right after.
I hope not.
Let's go live.
Way too much.
Go Lions. There you go.
Go
Lions.
Thanks, Andrew. You're the man.
course.
All right, forward down the field. Wow,
Andrew
that was
Caldwell, great dude. So glad he was able to come on and
Spider-Man Noir, man. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's very cool.
Kevin
your
did the
face,
dumb
Kevin.
thing.
Oh, you were like,
Oh, literally, because I watched the Spider-Verse movies like, I don't even know, 6-7 times each.
Oh,
And
wow.
Nick Cage's character in the first one is fantastic, and yeah, he's having his own spin-off movie, so that's very cool. Very cool guy.
Yeah, that's how we roll here on That Wrestling Podcast. It's not just, my buddy Steve is the guest picker. we mix it up sometimes,
So how is Steve anyway? We haven't seen
he's
him in a
great.
while.
He's a big Chad Gable fan too, like all of us. No.
Yeah, we need like pictures of us wrestling bears.
Yeah,
That
we never
is a
did get the
great-
full story behind that.
Well,
did
see,
we?
that
No.
picture reminded me
Next
of
time.
the movie
Dodgeball.
Dodgeball. That's taking the bull
Took
by
about
the horns. Yep.
Very
I'm not
cool,
saying
guy.
I did it,
Very
but I did.
All right, Brian,
right,
real
guys.
quick,
Yeah.
Brian, thoughts on R-Truth? 30 seconds.
Oh,
Go.
shocking, disappointing. I will say though, I mean, I'm hoping the outpouring of everybody going, no, will convince them to change their mind. And I could see it being a moment because, of course, John Cena's ruining wrestling, right? They could make this into an angle of, yeah, he's gone, I beat him. And then eventually when John Cena loses, they bring R-Truth back. It would remind me of the when WWE defeated the Alliance, they brought back Jerry Lawler for commentary. And that was a legit thing. He quit because they fired the cat. And it was like, all right, bye-bye WCW. Let's bring back Jerry Lawler. And people went nuts. That was like a shoot. And I could see that happening. Yeah, that's what I'd hope for because that was... everybody just loves R-Truth. I hate to hear that this is happening to him.
All right, time's up. Next up, Mariah May. Debut and potential name change. Thoughts, 30 seconds, go.
I wanted it at Evolution. I wanted it to be a confrontation / match with Rhea Ripley. I thought she was main roster worthy, but I will say this made sense given the Julia's called up, Stephanie Vaquer's called up. We think Jordan Grace is called up. So for that reason, it worked out really well. I mean, did you guys already do the Mariah March?
Yeah,
Mariah April, right?
Yeah.
Okay, time's up. One final thing. Slim Jim coming back, being the corporate sponsor. Which one was better, Karate Fighters or JVC Kaboom Box? Because those are the two I wanted to come back. Or do you have a third out of the blue one?
There's a lot of Super Soakers.
Super Soakers,
yeah, Super Soakers was a big one, but yeah, Karate Fighters because I loved seeing
Snickers, still there.
They'd always put like it's Doink the Clown versus Crush doing the Karate Fighters, and somebody would inevitably lose and get mad, and I could get down with that.
All right, Brian, wrap up the show, Brian. We got to go.
That's it, man. It's at That WrestlePod for social media, whatamaneuver.net, and youtube.com/That Wrestling Podcast. Hey, quick shout out, friend of the podcast, Matt Young, 40th birthday coming up on June 9th. Happy birthday, Matt. We're actually celebrating later on Friday night, so I want to make sure I give him a quick shout out for that. We are going to get drunk. All right, thanks so much. Enjoy all the wrestling this weekend, and we'll talk to you next week here on That Wrestling Podcast.
That little laugh there. Thought you might be drunk now.
Thanks for watching That Wrestling Podcast on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And for more That Wrestling Podcast content, follow at That WrestlePod on social media.